Hi everyone, my name is Dinesh Gol. I'm here from Prop Experts. Today I'm standing in a beautiful town called Ballarat. It's a regional Victoria town which is roughly 1 hour 40 minutes from Melbourne City, right? So, talking about Ballarat, so it was established around 1800s. What happened was, it was a gold rush. There's a lot of gold found here, and a lot of communities moved here to collect that gold. So, with the time, gold vanished. Now, town is known for more tourism and known for food processing units and multiple things, multiple sectors, right? Little bit of fast recent history about that. So during COVID time, what happened is a lot of people moved to Ballarat. One of the main reasons for that was the schools. The schools here, private public schools, was really good. A lot of people moved here for their kids to study in those schools, right? Then price was growing very fast with that 2-3 year span. Like it's grown too fast and then hits the ceiling. And that last 2-3 years, it wasn't performing well. It was a declining or stable market. So, but where the price sitting now, you're getting a decent 422 houses here around mid to high 500s. This can be a very good opportunity, especially if you're looking for a 3 to 5 year span for the growth, right? So if you're looking to invest and you want only 422 decent land sizes properties, this definitely a market to look into. Ballarat, Bendigo is already on a move. It is very strong on data. Ballarat can be very good market next 6 months, right? So if any doubts, reach out. But I'm going to talk about data, a lot of factors in about the Ballarat. So stay tuned in the video. Let's talk about Ballarat on Google Maps, and I want to explain you on where it's geography and all. So Ballarat is roughly 1 hour 30 minutes or 40 minutes away from Melbourne. So if I say here, it's northwest of to the Melbourne. Melbourne is, I say Melbourne Central here. So it's around 1 hour 30 minutes in a train. There's a bit of train upgrades happening, but yeah, that's what it takes today. And on the drive, it takes around 1 hour 40 minutes. So it's roughly under 2 hours away from Melbourne City. And so it's a major hub. It's around 120K population. We'll come back to on that point. But the history here is, as I said, it's more developed in 1800s. Now, it had a great rush in property prices during COVID time because a lot of people was moving from Melbourne to Ballarat. One of the main reasons is it's very scenic, peaceful, or on top the schools are one of the best schools. So some parents want to put their kids into Ballarat High School, or there's a private school in there which is very popular. So there was a lot of movement from Melbourne to Ballarat during that time, and price goes way high. I'll show you on data on that as well. Now, the where it is saying it's not a hot market, I would say it's a cool market. If you really want to be early in a cycle and way early in a cycle, you may not see a good growth in next 4, 5, 6 months. But from a long-term perspective, the quality of houses you're getting today, they are pretty good. So when we talk about Ballarat, it's if its main street is here. These main streets have a lot of historical buildings. It's very beautiful. You can see one here, and I've done video in front of one before that one. So this is a beautiful lakes, a multi-million dollar houses around these lakes as well. But most of the targeted areas where you can target, if you're looking for decent 422s, this suburb Alfredton, which I really like, its proximity to the city is pretty good. You get a decent 422s here in mid 5 to high 5s, somewhere there, with a land size of 400 plus. Similarly, if you're okay with the older houses, there's another suburb called Sebastopol that's turning up really good on data, right? So there are a few other suburbs, but there are a few which land the supply is a bit high. But again, if you talk about Alfredton, not much land left in Alfredton, to be honest, and the land prices plus the build cost, you're gonna end up paying like 650 to 700 minimum. With established houses, you're getting around 550 mark, which I really see a value buying on those properties. Right? Look, this is that. Now let's jump into data side now. Let's talk about DSR data. I have a Sylvester pool in here. Most of the data points are ticking boxes. Days on market trending low, around 50-60 is pretty good. Gross rental is not too bad. Percentage stock on market is not too bad. We can say it is less than 1%. So everything starts stacking good. Even the market cycle timing is not bad, so everything is pretty good. So it can be a good point, good time to enter here. But just keep in mind, Westerpool is not high social, it's little low social market, but your budget is around 500 or less, you're okay with the older houses, Westerpool can be one market to look into. Now jumping into where I personally like more like a 422, not very old houses. If you look into Alfredoton data, it's not perfect as I said, but it can be your very early in a cycle when everyone is busy in other markets. This is something you can grab a nice 422 house in 550 to 600, even like 530, 540. There are chances you get something here. So yeah, so days on market not too great. Stock on market, see, I prefer less than 2%, but 2.5 is not too bad as well. But the market cycle timings, you're entering too early in a cycle, and you will see a good results in long term. At least if you put a span of 3 years, that can be a good market to enter. Um, similar sort of things I'm looking into hashtag as well. Stock is little high, but again, it had a massive growth as I said up to COVID. Like when it was COVID, it's growing and it's peaking and then it's slowing down. And at this stage, it has a correction of pretty much around 50K correction in here, more than 50K correction in here. So now where it's sitting is stabilizing now. And when you say rock bottom, I can't really guarantee rock bottom, but you take that chance, and I feel that this can be a right entry point in these markets, right? So yeah, that's that. It's Westerpool as well. um, Almost similar trends which we see in DSR, so it's just triangulating data. It had a growth and then gone down, and it's sitting in a good price at the moment. Price growth can be good in next few years. So yeah, so if you're looking to be early in a cycle, looking into that price range, definitely look into that. And doesn't suit to everyone, just talk to an expert before taking any decision. But this is something which can fit in your budget in here, right? So that's that. Talking about economy a little bit. So as I mentioned in the video, it's a big economy and it's a growing one. It's 7.69 billion grp, so it's a good one. If I go there, and it's increasing every year, it's a positive sign that the grp is on a growing trend here, right? And with the industries, as I said, it has the biggest industries, healthcare 21%, but it has a fair bit of construction as well, retail trade, this manufacturing. I told about McCain manufacturing plant and all that. So it is a diverse economy. It's not, it has a tourism. It is not just relying on one sector, it's relying on multiple sectors economy, right? So let me take you all into some good examples. We recently procured some properties for our clients in that market. Let's have a look on those properties. I'm standing in front of our recent purchase in Ballarat, the suburb called Alfredoton. This is a massive beautiful house, 422. We bought it for 591K. Talking about Alfredoton, it's roughly around 7 kilometers from Ballarat city, 10-12 minutes you're in the city, right? And looking into this property, if you talk about data, right, this area, as I said in the previous discussion, Ballarat is something not a hot market, but it's warming up. It's really good in few suburbs. The stock on market here, it sits around somewhere around 2.5% at the moment. It's not great, but it's not too bad. So if you want to be very early in a cycle and want a property on a long term basis, these kind of properties can be well suited. Where you find a decent 422 less than 600K in Australia in a in established market. So that's a question. So if you see, I'll give you a tour of this house now. Look at that wide front, beautiful house, 4 bedroom. All 4 bedroom are massive size. You'll love it. Taking to the property, all tiles, high ceilings. This is a small activity living in the front. Right hand side, you have a master bedroom, walk-in robe, very decent. wall-to-wall shower. It's a nice one. Now going in, I'll come to the living later on. This is the second minor bedroom. Walk-in robes, decent size. You can easily put your queen size beds in these. Third bedroom, our brilliant pest inspector is inspecting the property. This is your laundry, tiles. This is a common shower, bath in a very good condition. And this is your fourth bedroom. Again, a beautiful condition. Taking you to the massive living area, a beautiful kitchen, pantry there, and that's your backyard. 498 block size, almost 500. Access to the back. So beautiful property. This is another one we bought in here, 448 land size, just for 540k. It's renting about 480 per week. Where you find these properties in Australia, this build sizes, this pricing, so it's a market to look into. I've been through few cafes around this area, very nice, friendly people. So it's not low social market. So some markets, for example, Melton, it's good on a price point, but it's a little low social, whereas Ballarat is pretty good in that sense. This is another one we bought for our clients, a second purchase with us. First property we bought in Mackay for them, and this is the second one in SMSF. So we bought for 530k, 400 land size, renting somewhere around 460 per week. You'll see the views of this. It's a very hilly and nice, very quiet pocket. Yes, so if you're looking anything similar to that, you want to discuss, it really depends on what's your plan to invest. Please reach out, we can help you out. Thank you.